case.
Yep.
They're coming down here, that would be the case.
Also,
Yeah.
oh, you got it.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll start the work session. Appreciate everybody coming. See the agenda. We got a public hearing for the Elm Street rezoning from an R1 to an R2. The minutes from our June 11th meeting, our bill approval, and then our passing of the ordinance after the public hearing for the rezoning. The big thing here is the municipal operations software modernization. We've done an analysis on, 5 different companies, I guess. This is the one that kind of came out on top when we had the girls look at it, based on features and this being modern software, being on the web, on the cloud instead of a local server. Using, being an IT guy, kind of sort of know what we need to look for, and it's SQL based, it's stable, it's on a Microsoft platform, so we don't have to worry about backups or any of that. But it had a lot of the features that we're looking for. It has things in there like the ability to scan an invoice and fill out the form for you, just have you validate using AI. So we've got some really, really neat features. So we can look at that, we can think about it, if everybody's comfortable with it, we can pass it tonight. We don't have to bid it out because it's software, but it's in line with what we're looking for. Robert, do you want to have anything else to say about this?
Yeah, so the reason that we started looking at this is because currently the city uses QuickBooks. The city deals with state and federal grants. And we were not recommended to continue using QuickBooks to record state and federal grants. Because QuickBooks is really used for nonprofits and small businesses, and so we began looking at different companies that kind of cater to small municipalities. And over the last few months, we've looked at several. I think we've looked around 5 or 6 different ones. We've had several people come in and show us their demos. But right now with the city, we're on a paper system. And with that, we're trying to modernize everything with a city to make it easier on the admin. We're trying to unify every department. We're also trying to make it easier on the citizens here. But we're also not taking away the ability for citizens who still want to do paper to be able to do that, right? But we definitely want citizens to be able to pay online if they wish. They're on this system. There is a portal for citizens who wish to maybe file their business license online and pay online for that rather than have to come in and pay cash or pay with a check. It's more convenient. But also with several departments have their own form for their budget, and they send it over to us. It would make it easier if every department was unified and had the same system. It would communicate easier. So that's some of the different things we looked at. Also with keeping time, right now each department, we have what is it? Is it the punch cards? Is that what you call them?
Manual time clock.
We have manual time that is manually entered every single time. And so with this would be digitized on a computer with a lateral integration with the systems. So, we're not spending hours inputting time anymore. You'd be able to clock in on a phone or clock in on a computer. And instead of spending half a day doing payroll, you would cut time on that. Instead of spending half a day looking for a report that's on paper or looking for an expense on paper, we would be able to quickly look it up and pull it. Also, looking for auditing, You know, if it's on paper, we're gonna have to look through several reports several years. But if it's on the computer and it's on the cloud, a couple taps, boom, we can get it up right there. So it's a lot of just bringing us up with every other city. And that's what this system would do. So.
Yeah, and the audit thing, that's very important. I don't know, you know, we get charged a lot of money for an audit every year. And getting into the auditor's mind, if they charge us by the hour, which they probably do, this should actually cut down on our audit costs, or it should. If it don't, then we need to find the auditor that it will, because if they're spending a third of the time looking up information, they should charge us less money, which actually would pretty much pay for our annual, licensing fee for this software. So it's important to have all that available online, backed up, and secure, because right now it's not. So anyway, so y'all think about it. If you have enough information to say yay tonight, we can pass it, or we can think about it and do it next time. But the girls have looked at it, they're comfortable with it. It's the thing about this one is everything is in one package. The others we looked at, they had maybe a separate business license system, a separate payroll system, that you kind of had to swap files back and forth, and that's just not the way to do it. All this is integrated and seamless, so it should be a good fit.
And a lot of them would have per use fees, they have per payroll fees. With this particular system, the price is the price. You know, they have per module fees. And that was something that we were looking at. It's like, okay, well, what's the hidden, what's the per use fees? What's the per employee per month fees? There isn't any,
And by the time you add all that up, the little small cuts they give you wind up paying more in the end.
Yeah, it was like per document you paid a fee for that with the other companies. With this one, it's like as many documents as you need for your reporting, it's covered under what you pay.
Okay. Anything else on that? You got your bank account balance sheet in the back. Fire department, he is actually in training, I think, and our ops manager is still out. But you've got this report here. I think that's all. Unless we want to discuss anything else in the work session. Any questions on anything in the packet or any other topic before we start? You want to talk about that ordinance or not?
Sure.
Okay.
Janet and I had talked, and Chris had talked to her from the water department. We are having a large number of spills on the highway from River Valley, trucks going through, especially in the Dales area. There's constantly, at least once a week, sand on the road where they spilled and just put sand on it. They don't clean it up. They expect the city to clean it up, the fire department to clean it up. I think you said the big spill that was down on 91, the fire department cleaned up. That one was probably about this deep at night if you know the area, Grun Hill, right down in that area, and we're cleaning it up for them. And I just think there needs to be something else. Either they need to be made to clean it up, or if we have to clean it up, then they need to be fined, or they need to get they need to give us some kind of compensation for having to do it. And this is just a simple ordinance that talks about the first time it's this, the second time it's this. If it's a repeated thing, something has to stop, because it's very often.
It causes accidents, yes.
And Chris said, it happens all the time. He's coming from Arab down 91, so he's going to get in it quite often. And Center Hill and Hanceville, and down past Hanceville, down past Pittsburgh.
My home place is there.
Oh, yeah.
They've turned over in our field like 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years.
And they don't clean it up themselves. It's a hazmat cleanup. If the fire department has to clean it up, it is considered hazardous material. So that's an even costlier cleanup. So I just think we need to address it somehow. That's just all.
Right. Cool. We'll definitely look this over and
And tweak it for anybody. And it may need to include something else. I don't usually see, like, when you're on the side, I mean, that kind of stuff usually doesn't happen. It's usually the rendering plant stuff.
And, you know, honestly, I think we probably need to take this to the manager down there and say, hey, here's what we're fixing to do. You know, you need to fix this.
You need to put load your trucks ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can
Give us some warning.
Can the EPA not get involved in it? Why doesn't
Probably.
why doesn't the insurance pay for that? That's like an accident of their supplies, their insurance.
I don't think they report them.
They don't.
They don't have, I report, the city should report them.
They slosh it over and they go on.
Yeah. They just come to a hard stop and
They
it
come to a hard
slices
stop
out.
and it comes out the back and they just
Oh,
drive
right.
right.
So it's not,
Overfilling.
it's not like it was a turnover fee.
No.
These are smaller.
It happens here at 91 and
Okay.
31.
91, 31 too, and you know when it comes up.
Oh, okay, that's what I didn't know then.
When it rains, that grease is on the road, and then you're gonna slide.
Yeah, that chicken is.
And that not this past fire at River Valley, but the one that polluted the river and all that. You know, we lost a whole bunch of hoses and we had to replace all the fire department turnout gear. Now their insurance paid for that, but because the stuff in the plant was so waxy and greasy, they couldn't get it out. It literally destroyed all the hoses that went in and they had to be replaced. So if that's on our road and just keeps laying there sand,
Just to cover it
that's
up.
our option, but
Right.
they need to be responsible.
Well, we'll definitely look this over and tweak it and take it to them and say, you know, hey, let's fix this and here's what's coming. So we'll get something working on it. All right, anything else? All right, we'll call the meeting to order. If I can ask everybody to stand and Ty, can you lead us in a word of prayer, please?
Bow your head. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the blessings of life you bestow upon us, Lord. We thank you for the country we live in on this 250th anniversary, Lord. We thank you for the freedoms that we have and for those who have given it to us. We thank you for the opportunity to meet publicly tonight. We just ask you to bless those who attend, those who are leading this meeting, and we just pray for a good evening and your business to be done. These things we ask in your name, amen.
Pledge. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, this is time we allow for any citizen to come up and speak if they'd like. We have up to 3 minutes. And I think that mic is still.
Still not working?
Yeah, just kind of speak up.
I just want to follow up on the last time I was here. I want to thank you for getting the people out at least in my street. So I'm looking forward to them doing the rest. And I did notice that they weeded this city area, and blew it. The grass comes off the sidewalk, imagine that. So I just wanted to say thank you, but I hope it doesn't stop.
Yeah, we try to, we address your concerns. It may take us a minute
Well-
sometimes, but we do.
Yeah, but see, that's where the problem lies, is I know people in the council that have complained, and they speak for me, okay? And if someone in the council is speaking for me, I shouldn't have to be that person to do it. And unfortunately, the one that ruffles the feathers gets the work done, and they do, so, yeah, I make the most noise probably, and yeah, they come do my house. But then I look bad because nobody else has it done. So I'd rather not go there again.
Yeah, they are. They've been, the rain put them behind, but they're catching up on everything.
Yeah, it wasn't addressed for the longest time, even since Sawyer was in. No, last year it was never cleaned up.
Well, this is this year, and we're gonna make
Well, I
things
know,
better.
but that's
so,
what I'm saying.
Yes,
I thank you, but don't make me come up here again.
we will try not to.
I will tell you, I did confirm yesterday with Public Works, I stopped there remote about the mosquito trucks.
Yep.
And they are running, they have they're working certain areas, but they've been a little short-staffed too.
I understand.
And so
But
that's.
they gotta get caught up now.
Yes, so
They
they
were
are
good last
running, the
year.
mosquito trucks are up and running.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that's that maintenance I was talking about, so very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, if you can call the roll.
Counselor Powell,
Here.
Counselor Rowe,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Shelton,
Here,
Counselor Brown,
Here.
Counselor Kane,
Here.
and Mayor Bradford.
Here. All right, can I get a motion to consent the agenda?
I move to consent the agenda.
and I second.
Mr. Powell with the motion, Ms. Shelton with the second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. No presentations tonight. We have a public hearing on the Elm Street rezoning. We'll call that to order at 6:16, looks like. If anybody wants to speak on the rezoning of Elm Street, this is where Alabama Avenue intersects with Elm Street right by the Baptist Church. It's going from an R1 to an R2, just to where it can have more lots there. Yeah, come on up.
Charles Wilson, 409 Commercial Street Southeast. I've been out there and looked at this property. There's two ruts out there for a street, with grass growing in the middle. It's not the city's responsibility to develop property. It's not the water department's either. We do have a little sewer problem over there. We've had it for years with two houses. And I talked to Chase, and they're gonna correct that and set a manhole, which would be a place for this property that's being rezoned to bring sewer into that manhole, to give that property sewer. Now, you go to an R2, that means there's gonna be two families in one building.
Well, it's actually gonna be, that's just the lot size. R2 is just making a smaller lot. It's not a townhome or a duplex.
It's not gonna be a duplex.
No, it's not. It's gonna be 4 houses in a row.
Now, the street, like I say, it's two trails. Who's gonna develop the street?
Well, we've been maintaining it with gravel. The city has.
They haven't
It
been
has never
maintained
been.
lately with gravel. This grass is growing between, you drive down there, you got grass under your vehicle. It's not being maintained. The more dwellings you get down there, the more traffic you're gonna have on that dirt road, the more dust you're gonna have for the adjacent people that are there. And it's not the water department right, that there are rules to go in there and to develop this property. There needs to be guidelines set forth before it can be developed to take care of the sewer and the water and that street. Like it is now, with only two houses down there, the trail, as I call it, is adequate, I suppose. But two cars can't meet out there. One going in and one coming out, they cannot meet. Now, all that needs to be addressed. And you people are the ones that can address it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah, we'll make sure all that happens before he gets the building permit because, like I said, that street's been just gravel for years. And they can't actually build a house until they hook up the sewer line. They just can't put one up until all that's addressed anyway, right?
Well,
It's gotta have sewer.
there's some foundations poured out there right now.
Not hooked up to a sewer?
No, it's not hooked up to a sewer, but there's some foundations out there right now.
All right, that's interesting.
You
So,
got no permit?
yeah, we'll get the we'll get the building inspector to take a look at that for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Taylor did not have sewer, she had the septic tank. So that's why there's no sewer on the other one.
That may be what to do.
And everybody up down through there keeps the alley.
The very last house on that street where it dead ends, it's not impossible, but it's improbable that they will ever get sewer down there because the sewer line will have to be about 15 foot deep to get the gravity flow for it to come out of there unless you put in a front station down there.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that for that many houses.
It's not the city's responsibility to develop the property.
No, you're correct. You're correct. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we'll get the road addressed and, all that before they start, or before they build them up. Anybody else? All right, we'll call the public hearing closed at 6:20. Approval of minutes for June 11th.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, Ms. Shelton on the motion, Mr. Rowe with the second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill approval?
I make a motion that we pay the bills.
Second.
Ms. Shelton with the motion, Ms. Kane with the second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ordinance 2026-10, Elm Street rezoning. This is from an R1 to an R2.
Before we approve the zoning change, do we need to find out if they're gonna use a sewer or a septic tank? I was wondering that.
They can use the septic tank if sewer is not available legally. For one anyway.
We need to check those out.
I mean, I think it needs to be rezoned regardless. I mean, because
But if we take the steps for rezoning, is that gonna interfere with anything else? So,
it's not.
Because the road needs to be, it needs to be a two-lane road going in and out. It's just a one-way road right now.
We don't need to take that into the city, so we're trying to say that's the case. They need to be responsible for the road, gutter, curb, all that stuff.
Well, there's not any curbs around the road, I understand. But I don't think that they were gonna widen the road. I think they were gonna just make it better, like put gravel on it. It's still gonna maintain be a gravel road. It don't have to be a two-lane road for four houses, because there's enough, with that curve, it's wider there.
There's property on the left-hand side of the road as you go in, it's not developed, and it's gonna develop eventually. The road needs to be addressed now and fixed for the proper housing that will be developed down that street.
Okay, all right, I'll, if we wanna hold it, then I can give a call to Mark and see what he's,
Because the
talking
rest of
about.
Elm is a two-lane. The rest of Elm after that is fully developed. And if we're planning to develop the rest of that eventually, I mean, I would say the rest of that road needs to be fully developed as well, because we're putting 4 houses here. I mean, the other side of that looks like, just spitballing here, 8 to 10 houses. I mean, there's no way you're gonna be able to have that many houses on a one-lane road.
We're the 8 to 10, there's only 4 on that.
You know, I'm just saying, like,
On the other
spitballing on the other side.
That'll be
This
fine.
So that's the church property, right?
Yeah, and I'm just saying, just if they were gonna eventually put houses on that other side, that's way too many houses for a road that small, and you would much rather be proactive and have the road already done than have those houses and then not have the room to be able to expand the road.
Mayor, there's only a 2-inch water line down that road also, and that's not enough for a fire plug. The minimum for a fire plug is supposed to be 6-inch lines.
Okay. Well, it sounds like, the building inspector has some conversation to have, right? So we're gonna hold this,
Yes.
postpone it.
I move to postpone the Elm Street rezoning.
I will second that.
Okay, Mr. Powell with a motion to postpone, Ms. Shelton with a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, municipal operations software modernization and modification.
Coming from someone who works in a system like this, it's easy to have purchase orders that are online. They put in there online, I approve them online, the bookkeeper pulls them off. It's easy to have a record of time. It's all right, say hello to that baby.
Hello, boo-boo.
It's easy to have all that documentation together. There's not usually a way that someone can fudge time or steal time.
That's right.
It's very easy to keep up with. Sick days, vacation days, all that stuff, it calculates automatically.
Right.
I don't know, you and I talked about this, in the system that we have, I have to approve every absence, which is fine. Because that way I know who's gonna be out. I get that every day, I know who's out. Somebody else gets it every day, so we know who's out. And it just makes it beneficial to be able to look at one place to say, okay, here's who's out, here's why they're out. Do they need, for us, do they need somebody who can cover their job? Does somebody here at City Hall have to pick up somebody else's workload? I just think that we need to do modernizing, and especially with QuickBooks, we need to do way away with that.
It's horrible.
It
really is.
So I will say that they even showed us their on-system letting report on this, and it's very detailed. If any user logs on, clicks something, runs a report, changes anything, it shows up. From the time they clicked it, who did it, so no one would be able to access the system incognito. I will say that with this kind of system, this is not an overnight system. This is not something you purchase and it goes into effect overnight. This kind of system takes time. You know, they were telling us it will be anywhere from an 8 to 12 month transition. That's for the BS&A system. That's the accounting system. That's your accounts payable. That's your cash receipting. But on the other side of that, your timekeeping, that's quicker. They said that could be integrated within 2.5 months. So you could already digitize your time and cut that down. And they said that there would be no extra charge lateraling it to QuickBooks and then changing it over to BS&A later. So that's already quoted, no extra charge.
Well, it's definitely needed.
And I know with NextGen, which is what the district and the state uses for accounting, every day, all the money is accounted for that day. It goes to the account it was receipted to. If there's ever there can't be there's a glitch, if there's no one can go in and change something.
It won't let you go over budget.
Nope, it will
At
not.
least without a warning, you know, well, you can set up however you want, you can allow it or not, but it will at least warn
It
you.
doesn't like when the PO is for this much and it comes back more. It doesn't play with that either. It's like, hey, that you asked for this much, you went over, now I have to have documentation, I went over, so you gave approval, and all that has to be scanned and looked to.
So right now, it's like, so the fire department needs some new boots or something, so they'll write out a thing on a piece of paper and they'll drive it over here, they'll put it in my box, right? Well, first they have to get it to the department head, the fire chief will drive it over here, put it in my box, I'll have to sign it. And then I think Becky makes a copy of it, gives it to you, right? And you enter it in QuickBooks. So it's just a mess. Yeah, it's his request.
Comes straight to me.
That's straight to you.
Yes.
Anyway, it's all paper and it floats around. It's just, so this will fix all that and it'll be beautiful. So, do I have a motion for that?
So
What do you, the recommendation? Say the recommendation to the council. That's on the third, that's on the third page. It's on the third page.
Oh, okay.
So that the motion doesn't have to be super long. So we can just approve the proposal. And just the first two paragraphs of the recommendation.
Okay, so this will be, this will be transparent to this cost and everything. Okay, so this will be the motion that someone can make. It is recommended that the city council approve a budget amendment to fund the modernization of the city's financial, payroll, permitting, re-city, human resources, and timekeeping systems. It is further recommended that the city council authorize the mayor to enter into agreements with BSNA Software and Andrews Technology for the implementation and use of these systems in an initial first-year amount not to exceed approximately $107,850, subject to final contract review, applicable taxes, and any final implementation-related costs. There will still be no taxes on this. This amount includes the proposed BSNA first-year cost of $97,155 and the Andrews Technology UKG first-year system total of $10,695. After the initial implementation year, the estimated second-year cost is expected to be approximately $26,500, depending on final annual increases in any applicable taxes and additional expenses. So it's going to probably go up between 2 to 5% a year, maximum on each of this, which all software is going to do. I think we're paying $10,000 a year just for QuickBooks. So for all this together in one system, $26,500 is a very good price.
Yes.
So that will be the motion and with the numbers.
I make the motion that we enter into.
I second that.
Okay, Ms. Brown with the motion, Ms. Shelton with the second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I don't think there's any old business, reports from the staff. You got your bank accounts balance sheet.
She said with BSNA, we would also need to say Andrews
Technology.
and Andrews Technology.
Okay,
Yeah.
so same motion.
Yes, at Andrews
Do
Technology.
we need to re-vote on that or just modify the motion?
Andrews.
BSNA
BSNA
and
and Andrews, yes. It's two separate companies. So, and I understand how this works. You've got payroll is payroll, right? If you do it good, you're not going to rewrite a payroll system. You're going to interface with the best one you have and make it seamless, and it's just that way better for everybody. So, all right. So same motion. We're good. Okay. Bank account balance sheet. Any questions on that? I believe the fire department is in, he was at a training session today, I believe. And you see the bi-weekly report from Public Works. Council discussion items, anything we need to talk about?
What's the status on the food right now?
It was open today, wasn't
haven't checked.
or it was over yesterday. We've been out of town.
Day before though.
What's that? Tuesday. Tuesday's closed.
Monday and Tuesday, there was a chemical imbalance with the pool, and they got that straight, I think, yesterday. And we've been out of town all day in training, so I don't know the status today. But they have two ways of testing it, and what I asked was to do, there was the guy that changed all of our, cleaned all of our pumps and everything, out and did the stand, the guy that's an expert on the pools. There should be a test that, based on the volume of the pool, it can tell us what we need to add to make the numbers right on all these chemicals. So I asked the parks manager to check into that to see if we could get that tester, as opposed to just the two things we're doing now, and see if we can speed up some of this testing process, where we don't have to close it down. So, because, people that have season tickets and stuff, they want to come every, they want it to be open every day if it can be. And, I'm sure it's doable. We just need to understand how to make that happen. So I'll check with him in the morning and see how that went. Anything else?
Announcements.
You gonna wait for the announcement? Okay. All right. So no more council discussion. Okay, the announcements. Our next work session council meeting is July 9th at 6 p.m. The one after that is July 23rd at 6 p.m. And we're having the Hanceville's Americans 250 celebration on July 25th at 12, and Robert, take it away.
So I've gotten several questions of why we're not having it on July 4th. A lot of other cities are having theirs on July 4th. And we actually talked about it, and I wanted a time before the kids going back to school. But the 25th, a lot of cities aren't doing anything, so this is a community celebration. We want to bring everyone out, and it's going to be big. It's going to be awesome. That's the best way to describe it. We got a lot of things planned. A lot of us are coming together. Pretty much everyone's going to have a job in the city. If you want to volunteer, just let us know. We'll have volunteer sign-up sheets. We pretty much have a full lineup of vendors of food trucks, starting at 12, ending at 9. We're going to end the night with fireworks. It's going to be pretty awesome. I know we already have, I know David picked them up, so those will be ready to go for the day. Just come out. We got our flyers printed out, so just cannot wait. I hope to see everyone out.
And it's going to have, your normal festival stuff with your food trucks and vendors. We're going to have a touch truck, and we're going to have the pool open and free for that day. There'll be a car show as well, and bouncy houses, a bunch of them, and live music with a real stage. We're not using my junky festival stage.
It serves a purpose.
It does, but it served it about 3 years ago, and it should have been gone.
Are we gonna have the Dunkin' booth?
I'm not getting in the Dunkin' booth.
Come on, I recommended that.
If you'll volunteer to get in it, Charlie, we'll make
If
it
you
happen.
can find it, Charles, I'll get in it.
I'll build one for you, how about that?
The city has one. I've been
I recommended the
Now you'll
Dunkin'.
go find one, trust me.
You see me in it. How did you find one? Nobody knows where it's
Yes.
at.
Will there be lights
Really?
after the event's over? Will there be lights for us to be able to pack our stuff back up?
Yeah, we'll make sure that happens. There should be lights where you'll be at
Throughout the
anyway.
park anyway.
And there's some portable lights too,
Okay.
we'll bring in. But yeah, y'all just pass the word. I know it's kind of a weird time of month, but it's,
It's a good one. You like it?
We were talking today about security. Kyle said he would do it his day off. Y'all thought about the security thing?
yeah, we was gonna either get Wallace or the sheriff or a combination of both.
Yeah, he
We'll
said
need 2 or 3 of you down there
he would
anyway.
do it.
Yeah.
So we got one.
He'll discuss it with you a little bit later.
Okay, yeah, we'll need, I'd say probably 2 or 3. you know, from, you know, one on each end, one in the middle, just around. But yeah, like I said, it's kind of a weird day to have it away from everything else, but see, that just means that we'll get more volume, right? We're not going to be spread out as much.
There's a lot of areas doing it different days.
Yeah. And it's America's 250, so we got the whole year, right? Think about it. So y'all just kind of spread the word, tell everybody you know, and let's make it the biggest thing we've ever done.
I think you should bring your cotton candy machine and do cotton candy.
It's the quarterback clubs.
Or just go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna be big.
We don't have a police force, we just break in and get it.
That's right.
Hey, Charles, I even recommended Robert, I said, we need to get a watermelon seeds fishing contest. He didn't know what that
Oh,
was.
I know what it was, but, you know, this is gonna be really big, and we're gonna be really proud of it after it, but, something that's gonna be even more amazing, I've mentioned it several times, you think this will be big? Just imagine once we get to the Hanceville 150. I mean, everybody start thinking about that. I mean, I've been talking his ear off. I'm like, I'm acting like a mad scientist over here with everything I want to do with it. So just, if you have ideas, you can talk to him about it too. You
Paint
know,
the town.
you know. I mean, I'm like, let's make it happen. But yeah, I can't wait to see y'all out there.
When is the 150th?
150 is 29. So,
So you're cracking.
I mean, everybody's going to be involved in that. Everybody's going to be involved in that. So,
All right, anything else we need to discuss before we adjourn? I will entertain that motion.
I move to adjourn.
And I second that.
Mr. Powell with the motion, and Ms. Shelton with the second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are resolved.